Hey, how are you? Ryan J here. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody had a phenomenal weekend and enjoyed themselves. All right, today I have some announcements for you, and then we're going to get into self love. And I picked that. Well, self love is the topic today, and this is a good format because I'm going to use this live as practice. I'm not going to give you all the content, but if you don't know now, you know that this week's new episode on my podcast of Massive Life Changing Value podcast, available on Spotify if you want to check it out. We're going to be talking about self-love. So I'm going to give you a little bit of preview on what that content and what that podcast is going to be about. So that's cool. To the announcements. All right. If you're interested in a mastermind and you feel like you want to bounce ideas off other people, I have a mastermind, and that's held on Facebook Messenger. All right, so it's going to be a separate private group for just the mastermind. Now, there's not going to be a limit on the amount of people in that mastermind. Because I check my messenger quite often, so yes, I can be involved, but the whole purpose of a mastermind is to get ideas from other people, not just me. All right, and maybe when a question arises that you have an answer to, you can pop in and answer the question or give helpful hints and ideas, tips and tricks. That's the whole idea of a mastermind. And there is a small monthly fee to be involved in that mastermind. If you're interested in it, get in my DM, send me a comment, and we'll get you started. Another thing I wanted to announce is, and this is like a private, very intimate coaching group. Now, I'm limiting the group to 10 people. 10 people, and it will be held once a week, probably a Monday, because that seems to be a good day, or maybe a Sunday, in preparation for the next week. And that's going to be held on Zoom. There's a fee for that as well. It's a little bit more substantial, but it's more one-on-one coaching. Okay, so if you want a mastermind and bounce ideas off each other, that's phenomenal. There's also the coaching program. So, just throwing it out there. If any one of those works for you, fantastic. Okay, that takes care of the housekeeping. All right, so on this week's podcast, I'm going to be talking about self-love. And I was thinking it through, and actually this is a really, really good episode for me to do right now in my life about self-love and tips that I can do to remind myself to do it that makes a difference in my life, that I know makes a difference in my life. But because of the quarantine thing that we're living in, it's been kind of difficult to stay in the routine of self-love. Because of the situation we're in, things are different. So writing it down and coming up with a plan, I've found out that having a reliable and predictable routine for me, that I follow day in and day out, that in effect is self-love for me. Now, or you could call self-love discipline, because it's kind of the same thing. If you're disciplined in your routine, and it's consistent and predictable and nothing really ever changes, then what I've found happens to me is that I'm happier, I feel more accomplished. Just a better sense of self-awareness. And how does that start? Well, all right, let's start in the morning. Let's start with the morning routine and getting up at the same time. Getting up at the same time. Now, it doesn't really matter how late you go to bed, but what has made a difference in my life is getting up at the same time. Now, there were weeks when I was a 5 a.m. waker-upper guy. Well, that kind of switched to 6:30. All right, whatever, but it's the same. Doesn't matter what time you go to bed, what time you wake up. The night before, prepare a list of things that you need to do. All right, things you need to do, your to-do list. So you have that ready for you in the morning. All right, so you're going to bed, waking up at the same time. Wake up, make your bed, chug some water, jumpstart your morning with a quick workout. Oh, you have an alarm set. All right, so maybe set your alarm a half hour or an hour before so that you can get that workout in. All right, that workout is going to give you the feel good emotions going on in your brain. And then after that, attack the list, and start knocking that out. Now, you've knocked out the list. You've already made your bed. You had a protein and fat-filled breakfast. You chugged some water. You worked out. And your list is done. Compound that. Do that one day. Do it the second day. You're stacking days on top. Stacking successful days on top of each other. Do that for a week. Do that for a month. Do that for a year. And then take a look back and see what kind of difference it made in your life. Seems to make sense, but there's that discipline that comes in when you know how it felt after you accomplished a day where you did everything you said you were supposed to do and maybe a little extra. Compound that over time and have the discipline and the stick-to-itiveness to do that. You can't help but be happy and pat yourself on the back. So that's kind of like the morning routine of it. Do I want to have any other notes for you? Nah, that's about it. That'll be a good start. And plus, I don't want to go too long in a Facebook Live. The podcast episode released this Wednesday will be more in depth, and I'm gonna have to practice and have better notes for. Well, I got the notes right here, just a better flow. So yeah, my podcast is on Spotify. Please check me out. I think I have a link in the scroll. But yeah, that's it. So this is Ryan J. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Make it an epic day. Bye.